The skies above the world were silent, yet beneath that calm a hidden storm brewed. Intelligence networks had long whispered of a weapon, a system so sophisticated and perilous that its very existence was denied by those who built it. Satellite eyes glimpsed fleeting shadows and orbital paths, and encrypted transmissions hinted at activities that defied known aerospace programs. It was the kind of threat that could shift the balance of global power in an instant, a silent predator hanging over nations with precision and intent. The CIA knew that discovering its location was only the beginning. Neutralizing it without detection would require a mastery of tradecraft that few had ever witnessed. The world remained oblivious, yet the stakes were as high as the very heavens above. The first clues emerged through anomalies in routine satellite telemetry. Analysts noticed subtle deviations in orbital velocities, patterns too consistent to be random. Cyber intelligence intercepted fragmented communications, encrypted messages that hinted at the construction and testing of a weaponized system. Every anomaly was small in isolation, easily dismissed. But together they painted the outline of a colossal, secretive project. The agency, operating through its most discreet channels, began assembling information with a care that mirrored the delicacy of the threat itself. Even a single misstep could alert foreign powers, potentially triggering preemptive defenses or accelerating the program they sought to stop. As data streams converged, signals intelligence revealed patterns of power consumption and energy emissions at remote facilities. While satellite imagery captured fleeting glimpses of ground installations shielded under camouflage that blurred the line between natural terrain and engineered structures, analysts cross-referenced decades of historical launches and orbital trajectories, uncovering a sequence that suggested an active weapons platform hidden from conventional tracking systems. The subtle hints coalesced into a disturbing realization. A fully operational system, capable of delivering destructive force from space, had emerged, and its implications were nothing short of catastrophic. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, the CIA formed a specialized task force. Cyber operators, field specialists, aerospace engineers, and covert operatives were brought together under the strictest levels of secrecy. Analysts worked in dimly lit rooms, cross-referencing satellite feeds with intercepted communications, tracing logistical networks that supplied the secret program. Field operatives embedded themselves in unlikely locales, monitoring supply chains and local contacts with the finesse of shadows. Every movement was deliberate, every decision calculated, as the operatives maneuvered in a game where exposure could trigger escalation beyond control. As the investigation deepened, subtle patterns emerged. Communications between known aerospace contractors, previously assumed to be innocuous, began revealing covert project codenames. Supply shipments traced through obscure channels indicated the transfer of components to advance for civilian use. Deep cover agents reported unusual nighttime activity and guarded convoys transporting unidentified payloads to launch sites shielded by topographical features and electromagnetic camouflage. Each observation added layers to the growing intelligence mosaic, slowly illuminating the existence of the secret space weapon and the scope of its threat. The confirmation of the threat came through a combination of human intelligence and satellite reconnaissance. High-resolution imagery captured the precise dimensions of the orbital platform, while intercepted encrypted messages revealed its intended operational capability. Analysts calculated trajectories and potential ranges, and the task force realized the weapon was nearing deployment. The ghostly nature of the project, which had eluded the intelligence community for years, was now fully visible. Its operators, confident in their secrecy, had underestimated the relentless scrutiny of a coordinated intelligence campaign. The realization escalated urgency. Inaction was no longer an option. The CIA's response was methodical, precise, and entirely clandestine. Cyber teams infiltrated networks controlling the system, introducing subtle malfunctions designed to disrupt calibration without alerting operators. Surveillance teams monitored real-time communications, feeding manipulated data to create the illusion of normal operations while masking the intervention. In parallel, field specialists executed covert missions to physically impair critical ground-based infrastructure, ensuring that the space weapon could not achieve operational readiness. The tension was palpable. Every action had to succeed perfectly. for detection could trigger retaliation or accelerate weapon deployment.
8.
The climax of the operation unfolded in a sequence of near-simultaneous interventions, both on Earth and in orbit. Cyber infiltrations caused automated systems to misalign. Subtle mechanical failures prevented critical launches, and surveillance confirmed that the weapon platform's activation sequence had been delayed and rerouted. In a single, orchestrated effort, the secret space weapon was rendered inoperative without anyone outside the task force noticing a deviation from routine. The revelation of its vulnerability was shocking to the CIA analysts themselves, confirming the precision and audacity required for such an operation. The threat, poised to alter global power dynamics, had been neutralized with surgical discretion. In the aftermath, the agency quietly ensured that no traces of the intervention remained. Satellite paths were adjusted to mask anomalies, communication channels were restored to normal appearance, and international oversight remained unaware of the near crisis averted. There were no public declarations, no accolades, no headlines. The success was measured in silence, in the preservation of stability, and in the prevention of a threat that, if unleashed, could have triggered diplomatic and military consequences beyond comprehension. The world continued under the illusion of normalcy, while the intelligence community quietly recalibrated its networks to ensure continued vigilance. The operation stands as a testament to the invisible battles waged in the realm of intelligence, where victories are measured not in recognition, but in prevention. It underscores the intricate interplay of human judgment, technological expertise, and the patience required to navigate threats that exist just beyond public awareness. The CIA's work in sabotaging the secret space weapon exemplifies a silent mastery of foresight and precision, where every decision carries immense responsibility and every outcome hinges on unseen actions executed in absolute secrecy. Even as the threat was neutralized, the lesson remained clear. The domain of intelligence is an endless landscape of shadows, where the balance of power is maintained not through confrontation alone, but through anticipation, subtle intervention, and relentless vigilance. The ghostly weapon, now inert, serves as a reminder that the most dangerous battles are often those fought far from the public eye, where the heroes remain hidden and the stakes are measured in the fragile continuity of global security. The narrative concludes with reflection on the paradox of intelligence work. Triumphs are invisible. Risks are omnipresent, and the most consequential actions often leave no trace. Success is defined not by accolades, but by the quiet assurance that catastrophic threats are averted before they reach the public sphere. In the shadows above and below, the silent guardians of global stability remain vigilant, knowing that for every weapon neutralized, a new challenge is already emerging. The operation that sabotaged the secret space weapon becomes part of an ongoing saga of invisible guardianship, a high-stakes testament to the discipline, ingenuity, and courage that define modern espionage. Every sensor, every intercepted signal, every subtle manipulation executed by the task force contributed to a victory that the world will never witness. The story of this operation is a reminder that intelligence is an art of precision, it's patience and perception, where the greatest victories are those that leave no evidence behind and the most profound impact is felt in silence. In the unending game of global espionage, the CIA's work demonstrates that the balance of power is preserved not in public spectacle, but in quiet mastery over forces that most will never know exist. Even as the operation concluded, the world above continued in apparent tranquility, oblivious to the potential catastrophe narrowly avoided. Satellites orbited silently, communication networks pulsed without interruption, and international relations remained steady. The intelligence community, however, understood the fragility of that equilibrium and the unending vigilance required to maintain it. The ghostly presence of the space weapon had been contained, neutralized, and hidden once again, leaving behind only the lessons and the silent acknowledgement of human ingenuity operating at its most precise and clandestine. The CIA's secret operation against the space weapon illustrates the profound stakes of intelligence work in the modern era, where technological advancement and human ambition intersect to create threats of unprecedented scale. It underscores the necessity of secrecy, the value of foresight, and the unheralded heroism of operatives who act decisively in silence. Every step of the mission, from initial detection to final neutralization, was a testament to the intricate choreography of intelligence, the meticulous planning of operations, and the unwavering resolve to protect global security against threats that exist in the unseen realms above and beyond. In the end, the story leaves viewers with the understanding that the realm of intelligence is as vast as it is hidden, and that every victory, no matter how invisible, shapes the course of nations. The sabotage of the secret space weapon is more than a single operation. It is a demonstration of the relentless pursuit of security, the silent exercise of power, and the art of navigating. A world where danger is ever present, and the guardians of safety remain forever in the shadows. The mission, like countless others, will remain classified, unrecognized, and uncelebrated by the public it protected. Yet its impact resonates through the invisible threads of global stability, a silent victory in the ceaseless struggle to maintain order in an unpredictable world. The CIA's triumph in this operation stands as a quiet testament to the courage, intellect, and precision required to navigate the complex labyrinth of modern espionage and to safeguard humanity from threats that exist beyond the perception of ordinary eyes. Even as new technologies emerge and new threats take shape, the principles demonstrated in this operation endure: patience, stealth, analytical rigor, and decisive action. The sabotage of the secret space weapon exemplifies the apex of intelligence mastery, where the difference between catastrophe and security is determined by those willing to operate in silence, to act without recognition, and to anticipate dangers that most of the world will never know exist. The story closes on a reflection of the hidden nature of global security, that while the public may perceive peace, the intelligence community constantly engages with threats of unimaginable scale. Every mission, every countermeasure, and every covert intervention maintains a delicate equilibrium, ensuring that power is balanced, dangers mitigated, and stability preserved. The CIA's operation against the secret space weapon is a narrative of foresight, precision, and unseen heroism, a reminder that in the shadows, silent victories safeguard the world each day.